Anyways, sweetie, you are so right about this Chinese place. It was absolutely scrumptious. Gosh, you always have such good recommendations. Anyways, I'm so glad to be hanging out today because honestly, I wanted to just talk to you about your paper. That's why I invited you over, you know. We always have such a good time together, but all things aside, you know, I really wanted to, you know, be real with you, you know, about how you've been performing in the class lately. You know, I have seen how stressed you are. You know, I can tell that you're freaking out, and you're freaking out for no reason at all. Okay, sweetie. I mean, come on. You know that you don't have to worry in my class. Okay, I have already told you. So long as you keep coming over to my house on Wednesdays and Tuesdays, so long as we keep going on our Starbucks dates, and you keep having lunch with me during office hours, then you will get an A, okay? Okay, I'm just telling you that you have nothing to worry about. You know, if you listen to me and you take my advice, okay, and you quit doing things that aren't in your best interest, aren't in your favor, then, you know, you're gonna get an A+ in my class. You know what I mean? That's my favorite tea recipe. Well, drink up. I made you 2 cups. Alright. It is my signature matcha mint leaf extravaganza with raw ginger, okay, and a ladle of honey. Oh my gosh, it's like you're drinking heaven. And it is so goddamn healthy for you, you know. Yes, it's very sugary, you know, but it has so many excellent nutrients and antioxidants in there. I mean, I put like 4 different types of tea in there, you know. There's green tea, herbal, black, so many variations, and it is such a good cup of tea. No, I'm not going to tell you the full recipe. It's a secret, right? And Miss Franchesca, she keeps a lot of secrets. Well, anyways, I know that you have been really bothered lately. Okay. Listen, Jack, okay? I know that I have been, you know, a bit more strict, okay, lately, you know. I've been explicit, you know. I've been explicitly telling you to keep our friendship on the down low, okay? As you know, as the people say these days, okay? As the young people say these days, keep it on the down low, you know? Be sly, you know? Keep it low key. Okay, I've been trying to tell you to keep some things a secret, alright? Now listen, I know that we hang out, okay? And I know that we went to the baseball game last week, right? I know that we had a blast, okay? But you crashing out in my den, in my house, okay, that needs to stay a secret, okay? Like, fine. Tell your friends that you went to the Cubs game with me, you know? We had an awesome time, okay? We caught a couple baseballs. But you cannot be telling people that you crashed out in my den, okay? Wearing my husband's pajamas. Okay, that is a secret, okay, sweetie? I mean, oh what else was I supposed to do? Okay, it was late at night. We were talking on my porch. You happened to be in the neighborhood. Okay, we were texting, and it was like 2 a.m. Okay, and I wasn't gonna like tell my student to just walk back all the way to their house. Okay, there's like a forest outside my house. Like, that would be really wrong. Okay, and so you like crashed out my den. You know, you had a couple beers. And I don't know, like, I think we just watched the game or something. But you know what? Like, I just... oh my gosh, it was so fun. I don't want you telling your friends about, you know, some of our sleepovers, okay? Because, I mean, I was up in Maine a couple weeks ago, and I was camping with some girlfriends, and we were talking about our marriages. As you know, I'm in the midst of a divorce with Frederick. I mean, he's just going through some psychotic midlife crisis. And, sweetie, like, there comes a point in life when you realize that, like, trust is really important, right? And it's really critical for me to be able to trust you, you know? Because, obviously, I know you're, like, a cool person, you know? I like a lot of things about you. I like your, you know, your bold confidence. And I really appreciate you're obviously an excellent writer. You know, I was grading your paper earlier today, and I'm going to talk to you about your paper right now. You know, that's why I invited you over for Chinese food, so I can talk to you about your paper, okay? Because I feel like, you know, you as a student really benefit from one-on-one time. You know, I feel like you just thrive, you soar, you skyrocket in my class when we have Miss Franchesca. Personal attention, office hour time with you, okay? And so, like, I was thinking, like, oh my god, like, the school obviously closes, and I have faculty meetings all day. So I was like, you know, why not just have Chinese together, you know? Because obviously, I don't know. It's like 6 o'clock, and you know, I wanted to let me see what I can find something to I wanted to find my grade book. I don't know where I put it. So I want you to just, I don't want, before I get into the grades, I just want you to take a deep breath. Okay, breathe. Your face went red. Remember, you have nothing to worry about, okay? I know that I'm a tough grader, okay? I know a lot of your classmates have been telling you about their horrid grades, okay? A lot of people are failing my class, you know? I'm talking D's, maybe if they're lucky a C+. But you, sweetie, obviously you know that, you know, you're special, okay? And I don't play favorites, but I do when it comes to you, okay? And so I don't want you discussing grades with your other classmates because you're obviously on a different level from them, okay? You know, different league, different level, different story, you know? So just don't engage academically with them, you know? Because I don't want them seeing your papers, you know? I don't want them, you know, trying to like plagiarize your stuff or copy you, because you have to keep your work independent and confidential, alright? Because I want to ensure that I lead you in the right direction without any exterior influence or interference, alright? So you need to take my advice, okay? So I'm glad that you came over for dinner, but we have to get to the grades, okay? So just take a deep breath one more time, okay? Great. I'm always here for you when you need a mental health, you know, boost of encouragement, alright? So, I was looking at my grade book, right? And I was thinking about just writing you a little feedback, okay, before the reports come out. And obviously you need to submit your transcripts for a couple job opportunities that I know are going to be posted on foreseeable future. Is that correct? Good. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Well, you did really well for the second quarter, and I wanted to just talk about a couple of your heavy-weighted grades. You got a 91 for your 45% research assessment on the sociology of human relations. So congratulations on that. Okay. Congratulations. You should be so proud of yourself. You should be so proud of yourself. Like I said, you were listening to me, and you obviously showed up to office hours, and, you know, we had a really deep conversation, and even though your paper was, you know, I think 6 or 7 pages under the recommended word count, I wanted to, you know, supplement some of our conversation for those missed pages, and so I just, you know, added that to the grade because, you know, everything is so technical these days, and honestly, everyone has different learning styles, and honestly, you know, I'm a very strict grader, you know, I'm a technical person, I'm very type A, but sweetie, like, I understand that you are more of a hands-on person, and you're more of a, you know, you're more of a visual learner, and you don't necessarily derive, you know, as great of a learning experience from strict writing. It's very restrictive, you know, and so I understand that you know, you had a conversation with me and you talked to me about your research, and that should suffice. Like, I'm not going to, you know, penalize you because you were, you know, under a certain word count, and like, that would, what kind of teacher would that make me, you know? So, like, yeah, when it came to your other classmates, you know, I took off at least 30 points, at least, but with you, like, we had our conversation, I understand your perspective on the subject matter, and so I let it slide, okay? I let it slide, okay? So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Okay? Okay? So I fixed that, alright? So you got a 90, you got a good, like, you know, a low 90 grade on that one, alright? I don't know what your grade is going to be for the memorandum assignment. I haven't had time to look at the entire paper yet. And so it's a question mark. Okay, it's a question mark right now. But I'm going to see you in office hours next week. What time am I going to see you? Oh no, I have a faculty meeting, and then I think I'm going to be out of town for Tuesday, so we're going to be asynchronous, and then I will see you at Starbucks on the following Tuesday. Okay, I'll see you at Starbucks, and we'll just do our thing. We'll get coffee, and then we'll talk about, you know, our mornings, and then we'll get into anything academic that you need from me. Okay? Yeah, of course. I'm here to support you. Okay, that's my job as a teacher. That's my job. That's my job as your teacher. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay, yeah, sure. Ow. Oh, my jaw is like clicking today. Just all over the place. Anyways, so I don't know what your grade is going to be for that memorandum assignment, because honestly, I didn't get to grading it yet, but we can discuss it next week. My husband's going to be back in town, so I think I'm going to be gone on that following Wednesday due to some event I'll be attending up in I will not be able to meet on that day, but like I told you, like just text me and we'll set up a time, and you know, we can go do something fun, and then, you know, like grab some dinner and then talk about your paper, and I'm sure that it will be fine. Just don't put too much effort into it, you know, like don't stress over it, don't think about it too much, and remember, I'm always here to support you, so if you need any extra help, then just let me know, okay? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Now, tell me how your week has been, you know. Forget about academics now. I don't want you to worry about a grade. You know, like I told you, Miss Franchesca is going to ensure that you are on track, okay? People go crazy. You know, people go crazy over a singular letter, and, you know, it can really take a toll. Anyways, I get the same dull fortune every time. You will discover something new today. Such a useless fortune. Something new that I've discovered. Nothing. Okay. Nothing surprises me in this town. Except for you. You always have a new surprise, you know. There's always something different about you, you know. Anyways, I'm gonna go get some